Good morning, good afternoon, good evening when you're watching this. My name is Christopher Penn, and Alan Belniak and Jeannie Dietrich also asked me both at the same time in social media marketing world how I process stuff, how I get social media up and running very quickly in the mornings. Well, relatively quickly. So I thought I'd walk through just some of the basics of how the process works, at least for me. Before going into that, it's important to see what the structure is. In Buffer, I will typically set up, I have a schedule of 6 slots in the morning and 1 slot at night. The slot at night is promotional. The 6 slots in the morning are for what I call the five important items plus a welcome message. So that's our structure, 7 slots total for each day. I start off with Pablo, which is a free service by Buffer, buffer.com/Pablo, and we'll start by making a message of some kind that will overlay on an image. And the nice thing about this is it's an easy way to get the day started. So let's key something in. So there's our message for the day. Looks pretty good. Let's buffer that. Okay, we are just at the character limit here, so we'll schedule that in. Now, the next place to go is your owned media. Obviously, I'm in the middle of writing this blog post, so I can't share this, but I have a piece of software called Mars Edit that lets me track all of the blog posts that I'm writing or that work is writing. Very easy to find today's blog post. Let's share this, go to the web. There we have the post, so I'm going to share this post. I like to share posts with images. They do tend to perform a little bit better. So let's go ahead and click on the Share Image button here. As a tip I learned from Tamsin Webster over at Erodium, which is one of our clients, found that was a way to speed up the process of sharing posts with images. So, okay, that's ready to go. And now the next step is to go into your blog reader. Verify here that everything is getting posted as it should be. So we've got 2 posts in the queue. In Feedly, I have things set up as sort of like source feeds and then downstream feeds. So the downstream feeds are things like Mashable and NextWeb and stuff, where if you're sharing stuff from those sources, it's probably already the news, and it's got to be really significant to be worth sharing. You can see here in Feedly, it lays out all the posts in each category and then gives you a chance to scan through them and take a look at what's hot. Anything that is trending, meaning that it is has an accelerated pace of sharing, turns orange. And obviously the number of shares is the thing here. So this looks like an interesting one. This is from Barry Ritholtz's blog on the job search. Now you can execute buffer shares right from inside Feedly if you want to. Again, because I like to share things with the images, I like to go to the source blog post if possible, if they have an image. And here's one, so I'm going to share this article. Okay, a really important thing, to the extent that you can, always tag somebody in a status to give attribution to the post. It does 2 things. Number one, it's nice. It helps draw attention towards the blog or the source that you're getting it from. And the second thing is that it notifies them in social that you're tagging them, which if you're trying to get on their radar for any reason is a really good way of doing things. So this tool here is this morning's. I'm checking the timestamps really carefully today because it is the day after April Fool's Day when I'm recording this, so don't want to share something that seems to be news but really isn't news. So this allows Android apps to run. So the source here, NextWeb is covering it, but the source is Ars Technica. And this one looks like a really good article worth sharing. By the way, if you have a blog that has a carousel, you'll notice that the carousel actually interferes with sharing, which is kind of unpleasant, so we'll have to share a secondary image instead. So that will be of use to people. Keep going through the news here. What we're looking for when we scan through here is the numbers of shares or bookmarks or saves that something has gotten, and then the number of things that after that is the title interesting. And there's all kinds of interesting feeds in here. Like this is one from the service GitHub that I really enjoy because it tells you what's trending on their website. If you're not a programmer, it's going to be of limited utility. Go back in here. If you click the home button again after doing a couple of passes, you'll see that stuff starts to vanish, which is good because it allows you to see what's new, kind of like resetting your shares. One of my other favorite ways of processing all of this news is to use the mobile apps that come with these various services. You can see here long-form BBC News and Feedly, so I'm going to go into Feedly. And in Feedly, what you get is a list of the things that the Feedly algorithm thinks are the most popular. So if you wanted to do stuff on the go, if you wanted to take 5 minutes between meetings, you can use the Feedly app. Very quickly understand what's available for sharing. What's important is that we go through and we get and tag the stories just with saves. The reason you want to do this is because not every story is going to be the best story, but you will have a whole collection of ones that you'll notice in the save for later section here are pretty good. And then from here you go through and identify the ones that you want to add to your buffer. So go in and verify buffer is totally filled up. We have a series of posts, a promotional post at the end of the day, and we are ready to go. We're ready to move on with our day and just keep an eye on social media every now and again. For example, you can look in the Twitter native app or in any of the monitoring services and tools that you would like to use to keep an eye on the engagement portion of social media. I typically just use the native apps. In fact, I use them on my phone because it's easy and it keeps my main screens free of clutter during the workday, so I can focus on actually getting work done, which is really important. So that's the process in short of how I get the morning going. I get all the pieces in place to share information that I think is valuable, that stuff that I personally want to read and dig into. It takes, as you can see by the timestamp on the clock here, it takes between 30 and 60 minutes in the morning to go through all the news, read the stuff that's important, decide whether it's worth sharing or not, and then set it up. The publishing portion itself really takes about 5 or 10 minutes at most. It's the doing the reading and keeping up on stuff that takes the most time. So thanks for watching. I hope you get a chance to if you check out my website, and if you're watching this on YouTube or whatever, subscribe to it, and of course subscribe to the marketing podcast I do, Marketing Over Coffee. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.